Guys, he just did it perfect. 30 yards. I just put it in his pump house. I want a long arm.
You don't need a long arm, his big ass. It's the size of his fucking head.
All right, guys. Ventures 2025. I'm happy now. I'm happy that we got him.
You had the football game. Wow.
Too bad my 8-point didn't come closer. I still can't believe there's not been 2 bucks taken in here at the same time on the same day.
I don't think we've had, yeah.
All right, guys. Welcome to the Deer Shop Podcast, presented by Siman Brothers Outdoors and the Leaky John Boat Company.
He went and watched a movie that has a $200 million production budget, and then the next thing he watched was our video on YouTube that has a $0 production budget.
This is the first buck I've shot in over 10 years.
Your track job was the first fun track job. That kind of like, I think part of my life was influenced by that night.
Then you miss him 3 times with a rifle at 70 yards on video for the whole world to see.
Yeah, that's what killed it. 5 years ago, we couldn't shoot a deer at 100 yards with a slug gun. Now you're shooting turkeys at 100 yards with a shotgun.
Joey takes
The
all
shop is closing up.
Make sure he takes all his right antlers. You can't leave anything.
All right, guys. Deer Shop Podcast, episode 116. And this is actually the second intro because for the very first time ever, I didn't like our first minute, so it restarted.
That was weird.
Yeah, this is the first time since I've been doing podcasts, 116 episodes in. We got a minute in, and I said, you know what, let's hold it. Let's restart it because I didn't like where we were going. But we're in the shop today. We have Luke here with the 3-peat.
Yeah.
Heaviest deer ever weighed in the shop. An awesome, amazing buck story, and we're going to get into all that here in just a minute. But let's start out with our weekly shout-outs and our comment read and our listener section. I'm actually let's back up even a little bit more. Are you sore? Because I'm sore.
I'm a little sore.
I'm sore because I just helped drag a second.
You had
buck.
2 drags, though.
Yeah, I actually helped our neighbor guy this morning. A guy we don't know very well, but we've been learning. We've been getting to know each other a little bit better this year. He's the one we talked about that may or may not have been attempting to put a thermal scope on his crossbow.
He just wanted to get all of the legal shooting light out of it as he could.
All the legal shooting light he could. Well, you didn't need to worry about it this morning because he killed one. It was his first buck he's killed, he said, in 3 years. He gave me a text, said it ran out of our property. He needed help. So I ended up showing up over there, and it's worth talking about. It's kind of wild. It's a buck that we've talked about on this podcast a little bit. It's a deer that we call Judd. He is hundreds of yards, which I know is not big for a deer, but he's in an area that we have not, he killed him in an area that we have not historically ever had this deer. And this deer has been off of camera for 11 days. I went back and looked at the cell cam videos and stuff. We have not had him on our farm on a cell cam. You know, he could be on some non-cells that are out there, but it's been 11 days since we had him on camera. There was rumors that a neighbor, complete opposite side, you know, and actually a mile in the other direction, had killed a nice 8-point. So we assumed that he had been dead for the last week or so.
Because the last time we had him on camera was over by the other neighbor.
Yeah.
Not near this neighbor.
He was living in...
So what deer did the neighbor shoot?
We don't know.
Man,
I mean, all it is literal hearsay, rumor, point, you know. But he said he thought it was a different buck when he shot, and then when he ended up getting up to him and sending me pictures, I'm like, holy moly, that's a deer we call Judd. And I was just shocked because, like I said, 11 days in an area of the farm he's never been on. It just goes to show how little we actually know about these deer, their ranges, where they spend time. He was dogging a doe. He stinks. He was rutting heavy. The guy put a great shot on him. You know, the blood trail is immaculate. He probably went 60.
What kind of broadhead was he using?
He was using a 3-blade mechanical of some kind. I think it was a G5, like the Montec 3-blade.
Like a Mega Meat?
Yeah, something of that nature. It was a 3-blade mechanical broadhead, some type of G5 is what it looked like to me. I didn't take a super close look at it, but he put a 3-bladed hole right through the heart, and destroyed a lump.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Can't ask for better.
Perfect shot. So congratulations to the neighbor guy. James, Nate, and Jeff left nice comments on the podcast about the Big Miss podcast on YouTube. They all said the same thing basically. Oh, sweet podcast. I like to hear that other people have had misses. Obviously it's not cool that you miss, but
Yeah, everyone's not perfect, and
no,
we like showing that we have mess ups every now and then.
every now and then, or lots.
A lot. Yeah, not every now and
We've
then.
had lots of mess ups.
Yeah, everybody does though.
Buckhammer was asking about Jay's moose hunt. I know we've been kind of quiet about that on the podcast, but I'll put it out there right now. He killed a giant moose. He made an amazing film. Him and Isaac are editing it. We will get that information out as soon as we can. We want to get the film done, then record a podcast and kind of release them together.
Yeah, release them
when the time is right. But Jay killed just an absolute slob of a moose on his solo Alaskan hunt, and he's literally a god amongst men when it comes to manliness. Jeremy, the guy that's been Mr. Jeremy, who's been commenting on our podcast for a while now about Mr. Luke over here. Don't have this guy back on the podcast. It's kind of hard to not have the brother on the podcast, but this is going to be a rough one for you because Luke did some work with a mechanical broadhead this week. Jeremy actually said in the comments that his friend is getting him some mechanicals to try. So
Nice.
He's turning a leaf and he's joining the dark side.
Very good.
Probably because of you, Luke.
He'll kill more deer.
I mean, I don't know anything about this guy's deer killing abilities or what he does, but he will have the opportunity to kill a lot more deer now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome.
So, announcements are out of the way. We can get into the meat and potatoes. We actually have a lot of buck podcasts to do. We have to record with Ryan. We're going to get our buddy Spencer on, who killed 100. Ethan measured did a 151-inch buck a couple weeks ago. We already gave him a shout out, but we're going to get him in the studio here soon. But today is all about Luke, the three-peat buck we call pinchers, and officially the heaviest deer we've ever weighed in the deer shop.
He's so heavy.
262?
262.
262, 261 and
with
change.
The guts in him.
With the guts in him.
We weighed him with the guts in him. So
Yeah,
262
Yeah, we'll
with the guts in him.
We'll definitely talk about that whole situation. But
We're talking about the heaviest deer ever, and I'm watching a video of me lifting stuff by myself.
Smallest deer.
smallest deer ever. Yeah, it was a lot harder to get this deer in the back of the side-by-side than it was.
We had to use a hill and 3 people.
Yeah. The video will be out. So if you're listening to this podcast on Monday morning, as long as Apple and Amazon don't have their big internet mix-up again like they did last week, so we apologize. We know the podcast wasn't up right away on Monday morning on Apple, and it was because of the Amazon, the huge web outage throughout the world. So we had no control over that. But if you're listening to this podcast Monday morning, Luke's episode of the Deer Camp Chronicles will be out. I'm color grading it right now, and it'll be done by today. And
How's it look?
it's good. It's good.
Other than the shot?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about that, obviously. But it starts with Cassick's buck party, and then it starts with one of Isaac's hunts, and then Isaac's hunt prior to you killing, and then your killing, and then the party.
Awesome.
So, yeah,
Sweet.
It's a very good episode. I hope you guys love it. All right, Luke, let's hear about your season. Start from the beginning.
Beginning of the season. What did I...
I mean, you went into the year 3 bucks kind of on the list.
Yeah.
And, you're hunting your property, the property that you've been hunting, you've killed your last 2 big bucks out of, you know everything about it. I guess a good starting point was you encountered one of the 3 bucks from your saddle.
Yeah. So I jumped into the saddle beginning of the season. I bought a saddle like after season started, and I wanted to hunt out of it so bad. So I practiced in the yard a bunch, hung it on the north side of a thicket. And the first day I hung it, I thought was going to be a shooter buck. And ended up not shooting him because he was just very immature looking, and we kind of knew that.
He looked better in velvet.
Yeah, he looked better in velvet, and we kind of knew we weren't sure he was on the line, but then as soon as I saw him in person, I'm just like, pass.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can grow and be a big buck next year. But
he'll be one we'll be keeping our eyes on.
I hunted the field a little bit. I mean, I love hunting in a giant tree with branches all over it, and you gotta like cross limbs to get in your stand, and the deer never see you. 22 feet up, my favorite thing. But this year, I think I hunted that stand twice. And we had set up in spring, me and Caleb set up a tripod stand in the corner of the opposite corner of the field. I never hunted that.
I was just going to ask, did you hunt it at all?
I never hunted it. I saw deer over there, and I was going to hunt it a couple times.
Isaac might end up hunting out of it.
And I ended up sticking to the thicket, and I was hunting the thickest section of the farm. It's kind of like the whole farm's a funnel. It's not really, I think it's 20 acres of woods.
Yeah.
So rounded by fields.
Yep.
but I started hunting like in the thick, and I saw bucks every time except I think I had one hunt where I didn't see any deer, but the rest of those hunts I saw bucks. And I encountered pinchers on, it would have been like a week before, I would say.
He was in the last episode, Bucktober.
Yeah, so he was, towards the end of that episode, I encountered him. He was at 50 yards at like, I want to say 6 o'clock, an hour before sunset.
Yeah.
He just never gave me a shot. And I saw him in person. He
Moving
looked
good.
He looked really good.
He was moving.
He was chasing a doe. Like he was not chasing a doe, but he was tending a doe.
Pestering.
Yeah, he was just kind of bothering her. He moved off. I watched him make some scrapes, and I decided I'm shooting that deer. I had another buck that we kept on getting pictures of in the daylight too, but he never showed himself. I never saw him.
Yeah, I mean, that deer, the buck we called Devil Horns, was pretty much your number one.
Yeah.
Because
of the history.
Theoretically, that deer, we hope just finds a hole somewhere.
Yeah.
And, crawls down into it and lives. I mean, he was actually, your deer's on the camera. Your deer's on the TV right now.
The buck I shot this year?
Yep. Right there.
That him?
Yep. But yeah, so the number one Devil Horns was giving you a bunch of sightings. There were some night videos. There was some daytime videos. We were very excited for the opportunity to possibly kill that deer. And it, obviously it just didn't work out. But this pincher's buck was your clear cut number 2. Clear cut.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And this hunt was,
it was either or, really.
This hunt was a clone of this season, I should say, is a clone of your 2023 season.
Yep.
You killed Split. There's this thicket that is flat, no elevation change, holds water, has a bunch of feed trees. Literally, probably a total of, I don't know, what you say, the thicket itself is probably, out of the 20-acre chunk of woods, it's probably 6-7 acres.
Yeah, it's huge. Like, it's pretty big.
And you basically set the outside. You find the downside. Actually, I lied. That's the deer you shot this year on the screen there.
Okay.
For the audience listening, always have a background video going, and we just happen to be looking at the buck Luke shot last year.
Yeah.
So it's easy to just hunt the downside, the downwind side. You can pretty much enter all 4 sides of this thicket, and you have your stands basically northeast, south, and west, and you just hunt the downwind side, especially during the pre-rut like we are right now. And you just have encounter after encounter after encounter. I've done all the video editing for the last 3 years of the Deer Camp Chronicles, and every hunt Luke goes on, there's a buck encounter of some kind, and you can sneak out of there, and then a buck encounter of some kind, and you can sneak out of there, and it's just a beautiful thing.
It's just a perfect spot to do it. It's just a flat square,
because of the flatness, they can't see you enter.
Yeah.
So coming in these fields, when the crops are off, it's a little bit different when the leaves come down. Obviously December, January, but this time of year, there's still leaf canopy. There's crops you can use to walk the edges, and
there's standing corn on 3/4 of it.
Yeah, they can't
so
see
it's
you come
perfect.
in. They can't see you leave.
And I think they do see me come in sometimes, and that's the time I don't that's when I don't see the deer.
Right.
Because I'll bump them all off when I walk in.
They just happen to be
And they just happen to be bedding
on the
where they
closer
can
side.
see me.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and you're kind of rolling the dice,
Yep.
because we don't know exactly where they're betting in that 6 out of 20, but they're in there. The bucks are in there pre-rut, and even if they're not, they're going to cruise through. So let's say they bet in one of the field fingers per se or tree line, they're going to come through during daylight hours and make themselves known.
So with the west wind, it worked out perfectly. Where I think he came in.
Which way did you enter? In the way we drug him out?
Yep.
Okay.
So I walked in
straight into the wind.
Yeah, I walk straight into the wind.
Yeah.
But when my stand set up, so if a deer wants to scent check that thicket, he has to walk on the outside of it, in between the field and the thicket where I'm at.
Yep.
And it just worked out perfectly. I don't know exactly where he came from.
Do you think, I told at first you thought that he was bedded down within 40-ish yards, 35, 40 yards. You're not quite sure. To paint the picture for the audience driving their car a little bit more, this thicket, this 20-acre square that has 6 acres of thick, had ash trees everywhere 10 years ago, and they all died and they all fell over. So there is high stem count of tree trunks just laying across the ground everywhere, and that's what helped to build this bedding area up. So even though 40 yards sounds like, how the hell did a deer not see him at 40 yards through the woods? It is very thick.
You can't see.
And if they hunker down,
I can only see 50 yards in every way.
Yeah, if they hunker down behind these blowdowns with a high stem count from the light penetrating, they're not going to be able to see you.
Right. And my stand's only 10 feet off the edge of the woods, so I just walk the field edge, kind of walk in some corn.
What kind of stand were you sitting in?
I was sitting in a Hawk Helium.
Okay.
My favorite stand.
What sticks?
Bee sticks.
Bee sticks.
Obviously the best sticks. They're so awesome. But I'm excited because I get to pull that down now and do some new straps on the stick and then on the stand, and then I'm going to use the bee sticks with my saddle the rest of the year and mobile hunt only. For
Kill some does.
Kill
Do
some
some-
does.
do
and
some
do some
practice.
practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So, what didn't die 10 years ago was all the hickory trees. And
Yeah.
we don't hear this much about deer
No.
and eating hickory nuts, but I've watched 30 or 40 deer come through there and just chow down on the hickory nuts, and I cannot believe how awesome of a food source that's been.
some people are going to have a hard time, especially some of our listeners that might hunt public land or some areas that just quite aren't as good with the deer density. He's not exaggerating when he says the amount of deer that we see coming through these.
Oh, the first time I sat there this year, I think I saw 30 deer at one time.
Yeah, just,
In that
just
little
an incredible
section.
amount
There's
of deer.
there's a lot of deer.
A lot of deer.
But I think that hickory nuts are so good because of the lack of acorns.
Yeah, how many oaks are in there?
I think we went through last spring and counted them. There's like 6 or 7 oak trees.
Is the mother tree an oak?
It's an oak
It
tree.
just
but
doesn't pollinate,
It doesn't
does it?
have
No.
doesn't have acorns.
So when I say mother tree, we have these trees here in our township. In our
Yeah, every once in a while you'll stumble across a 6-foot wide tree.
Yeah, you find these oak trees. They're red oaks usually that are as big around as a car hood. Like they just incredibly gigantic trees. They're hollow, so they've started to rot from the inside. They're still alive, but they're like in the process of rotting, and they're kind of hollow. There's dust coming out of them, and they don't have any acorns on them.
It's like a raccoon apartment.
Yeah,
So I'm hunting near one right now.
yeah. They're literally raccoon apartments. They
I
don't-
think actually the state's biggest what tree is that over on the neighbors to the west?
it's a cottonwood,
Cottonwood.
eastern cottonwood.
Yeah. There's a very big eastern
It's
cottonwood
the
over there.
biggest one east of the Mississippi, I think.
Talking about-
in contention.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking
Yeah,
about.
big tree.
Huge.
Tree. But there are some just older trees that were never logged in our areas here in Northeast Ohio, and they're incredible. Like these trees are incredible, but it doesn't produce shit for acorns.
It's funny. Luke sees 30 deer in a night, and we hunt the home farm, and we see 30 deer. I'm X miles away, not that far away. I'll go days without seeing deer.
Yeah, and Born Again Matt has talked about it on our podcast and on his podcast that I've been on with him, like the deer density at his house, and he's, I don't know, like 11 or 12 miles or something as the crow flies. It obviously takes longer. You know, he literally is like, dude, there's like 8 deer that use my property. 6, 7, 8 deer.
I'm a hop, skip,
Me and
and
Aaron
jump.
always joke about with him, like, you only got 6 deer, like maybe a 7th is going to show up today. Like,
And my in-laws, I've never seen a deer there.
it's wild.
And it's 40-acre hay farm.
Yeah. It's wild.
There's never seen a deer. We put trail cameras up, and like
I mean, we're blessed when it comes to the deer numbers things. The downside, I do purely believe that the downside to having as many deer as we do is that a lot of the mature buck, as the bucks get older, they just leave. It's too busy. Yeah, during the rut and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But it's just too busy to hold bucks year round because of the amount of deer. I firmly believe that.
So I get in the stand. It's like 4 o'clock, 4:30 maybe, and I'm still like setting up. I got all my camera gear and
It's early.
and I'm taking B-roll and I'm taking video.
I wasn't even paying attention to my phone yet. I was making dinner for Blair and like not paying attention to my phone.
What was I doing? I was like taking B-roll of leaves. Like I'm getting all the B-roll out of the way for just in case I shoot a deer, and then you got to have some extra video just so Caleb can put it in there. And I flip the camera off, and I like in the corner of my eye I see movement, and I look over and he's standing right there at 30 yards.
In range.
In range, just standing there, 30 yards broadside. I think he was making a scrape, or he just finished making
Fucking
a scrape.
cow.
Yeah.
It's the biggest deer on the hoof I've ever seen.
It's the heaviest body deer we've ever had in the shop. I mean, we maxed out the gimbal, hoisting them up. They were touching.
Like the feet were touching the ceiling.
Yeah,
and
but
his
like
antlers were still on the ground.
The hoist has the 2 sections, and
Yeah.
they were touching because we couldn't get him any higher, and his antlers were still touching the ground.
Yeah.
So for the filmers, they'll be able to like see what's going on here. I flipped the camera off and I tried to turn it back on really fast, and it would not turn on
It was thinking.
because it like was still in process of turning off. So I turned my GoPro on and grabbed my bow and like had my hand on the camera, turn it back off. You gotta wait like 10 seconds and turn it back on, hit record, move the camera, and decided that I wasn't even gonna look at the camera
Yeah, you kind of
because I just made it a quick decision. I'm just like, I'm shooting this deer.
your last 2 bucks you got on film really, really good when you killed them. This one, things were happening so fast, and like I don't blame you
it was
whatsoever.
too quick, and I just So when you guys watch the video, don't be so mad at the terrible shot.
It's not as good a
footage.
quality as our last video. At least you can see it though. You didn't do what I did and had a branch in the way when you shot.
Yeah.
At least it shot.
But like I
camera-
knew the camera was recording, and I drew back, and
Unfortunately, it focused on some shit closer.
yeah,
than
it was
the deer.
bad.
So
It's all
it's
bad.
not perfect focus, unfortunately. But that's part of self-filming hunting in the woods by yourself. I mean, that's all part of the territory.
Very rare to get a perfect film
Yeah.
shot.
Especially when you're not hunting out of a blind and you're in a stand and movement's hard and et cetera, et cetera.
So I drew back.
You were full draw for a while. I have it
Yeah.
double in the video. I have it double shot, so like you can see you drawn and the deer at the same time because it's so wide that I have space to do it.
Yeah.
And you were drawn back for a while.
Drew back and waited for him to give me a shot. He was like, I had like a really shady shot.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided not to take it. And he kind of stood there, and I think he was eating some hickory nuts or acorns or something. And he started quartering away and started walking. And I just waited for him to clear the tree, and I just pulled the trigger. And it looked like a really good shot
Sounded.
by
Yeah.
eye, and it sounded
You texted us. You're like, I
such
got him.
a solid shot.
Yeah, I was cooking dinner. I was making stupid turkey burgers, and
Liberal.
Lindsay says it's good protein.
They're
from
good.
there, something like that. But so I'm making these turkey burgers, and I look over my phone, and there's like 9 text messages in the brothers group chat, and I'm like, the hell? Like 5 o'clock, like either Ethan fell out of his stand, or
Well, I was at
you
work.
were, yeah, you were at work. So like you and Isaac was saddle hunting for the first time. That's
Yeah.
what it was. So Isaac was saddle hunting for the very, very first time, and I knew Luke was in there hunting. So I'm like, something happened. Isaac fell or can't find a tree or hates it or something, you know.
Yeah.
And I like get in there and I open up my app, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, like the last message like in the thread was like pump house or something, and I'm like, wait, what? It's like I'm like looking outside, it's still super bright out. I'm like,
Yeah.
5 o'clock in the afternoon. Like,
5:03.
like you have 2 hours of shooting light left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was just as surprised. Like
I'm
he's
sitting in the
standing
recliner at
right
work.
there.
I couldn't believe it.
Sitting there
couldn't
recliner at work. I look over. I'm like, my brother just killed a deer, and I'm at fucking work. This sucks.
Yeah, and it sucks 'cause Ethan loves it so much, and I felt so bad that he was at work. And
I'm
like, well,
sitting at the dinner table watching your footage, showing the guys at work. Like, this just happened.
What a beautiful thing.
but yeah, quartering away, and I looked like an awesome shot.
Sounded good.
It sounded really good.
I'm gonna keep emphasizing the sound.
I got down
Pop.
and could not find anything.
Yeah.
Like I was going into panic mode a little bit. I'm like, did I hit a tree? Because I couldn't like going back in my mind. I'm like, I don't know exactly where I hit him. So I sat down, got my camera back out of my bag after I packed everything up, and like watched on the tiny little screen, and saw he ran to the left like 20 or 30 feet, and then went back up towards where I thought he went. And then I walk over there, and there's just a mop bucket full of blood all over the leaves.
Yeah.
Just like, well, perfect. Set my bow down and walked back to the truck and came to your house.
Yeah, Luke came straight to my house. We're eating dinner. Lindsay was at work, so it was just me and Blair, and we're eating dinner. And we go to the computer, and we start watching on the computer. And, you know, the first shot, I had to do some video editing to get everything down and where we wanted to get it. And, like, watching the shot, you can see the arrow sail good. And like, obviously, in the intro to this podcast, I'll probably have that footage, but the YouTube version. But we can't tell exactly where the impact is. He doesn't necessarily mule kick, and the knock is definitely slacked out and kind of hanging as he runs off. So that was the part, you know, you can only see the lighted knock in the video, and then after the impact, the knock kind of like jostles and is hanging kind of behind the deer.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh man, like we're not quite sure. We know it's in front of the back leg, but it looks like it might be super low. Like there's a chance it's through the guts. But you told me you saw that blood. We're like, well, gut shots don't bleed like that. So, you know, there was instant like pullback per se. All of a sudden it's like, all right, this might not be pump house. Now we have to worry about how many people we're telling, what we're going to do. You know, I'll let you go through all that. So,
Well, we weren't sure. So I contacted someone about our drone just in case. I'm like, we might do a drone.
and I was against it.
And Caleb was super against it. And I'm like,
I'm not against using it if you need to. I was against
Going
I'm
right-
just,
going
I'm just,
right to it.
Yeah, I'm against
And I'm
shooting
the
deer,
same way
call a drone.
usually.
Shooting a deer, call a drone.
I'm the same way usually. I don't like drones. But
Obviously, it wasn't my deer in question. So
we decided to wait 4 hours. I mean, the worst thing that happens was I hit him in the front of the back leg and got the pilated artery.
yeah,
I think that's what it's
and
called.
a lot of guts and maybe
and some guts.
liver.
But the blood looked super good, so I was pretty confident.
Yeah.
Or I hit him in the liver. Did not realize like the shot that it was.
Right.
Waited 4 hours, went in there with just a couple people. Super, super quiet. And we had deer around us when we got in there.
Yeah.
We were hearing deer. We seen their eyes,
Oh,
the
yeah.
lights.
So let's back the bus up even more. So we told everyone, like, obviously Luke hit this deer. We're not quite sure of the shot. There was a football game on and stuff.
Yep.
It was Thursday night. So we're going to have people, like, everyone can, the shop is going to be open, but we're going to make sure when we go track him that we're going to have a smaller tracking party because, we might find a bed or jump this deer up and have to back out and call in a drone tomorrow or dogs because the canopy was a little bit of a concern because there was still a lot of leaves on. So it was a little bit subdued. It was going to be subdued. And of course, I pull in here. I waited for, there was no pressing time at that point. No pressing time matter. So I waited till Lindsay got home from work. And I got here a little bit after 8, like maybe 8:15, 8:20. There's pickup trucks all over the place.
Yeah.
Kasich was here. Freeman was here. Gore was here. There was just a ton of people here.
I'm texting the group chat. There's no shame waiting for the morning.
Yeah,
Ethan
Ethan's
wanted
like,
us
you
to
guys
wait
can
so
wait.
bad.
You guys can wait. But we didn't. Dylan showed up, and we hung out here for a while. Annie was in here with us. Mom and Dad. Mom showed up, not Dad, but Mom. And we were just hanging out. And then at the 4-hour mark,
Yeah,
it's
we
like,
went
all
over
right,
there.
We're gonna go over there. Small group scouting party, advanced scouting party.
Yeah. We started tracking him, and we had deer all over us, and the cameras were
It's
showing
600,
deer.
like you said, 609 yards from the road to where you hit him. So we had to walk in sneakily 609 yards, like you said, bumping deer the whole way.
And then we saw, like, we heard, like, crunching
There was
where we were.
and there was bucks on trail camera not far from there,
Yeah.
chasing does while we were in the shop waiting. So we knew that there was deer stuff happening. We kind of kept an eye on that trail camera. He didn't show up on there walking out wounded or anything like that.
And we tracked him, and then we put the light up, and he was right there,
Yeah,
40 yards away.
he went 40 yards,
And he nosedived right into the stump.
nowhere. He went absolutely nowhere.
Arrow went right in behind his back leg.
In front of his back leg,
And, in front of his back leg, and then went right
back left leg.
up through the chest and came out on the other side, like in between both front legs.
Yeah, came out dead center, basically dead center front in between the front legs.
like a perfect shot.
Didn't Isaac say he measured like 30 plus inches of arrow travel through the deer?
Yeah, because he hunched up when I hit him, so he like hunched up, and the arrow just went all the way through him.
And came
All the way back out.
That's a skill you got to learn when you're videotaping your hunts. If you go off what the knock does, it's going to mess you up because this arrow went all the way through the deer, out his front, and then pulled all the way back in literally in a split second.
Yep.
It went all the way in and all the way back out and was dangling out. When we got to him, the arrow was still in him.
Yeah.
Completely intact.
Completely intact. And, like, the
Nothing
fletchings
broke.
were sticking out of the hole.
And the
Just an
fletchings,
inch.
yes, in the veins were sticking out of the back of the deer. You did your own veins this year, right? Glued them.
Yeah.
You didn't use what we did, the zingers.
No, I use real veins.
That's your. Is
They
that
call-
going to
they
be
call-
your?
they
Is that
call
going to be
them
your
fletchings.
next fletch? Is that going to be your next hate on the?
I just hate it because it's convenient for Ethan. The zingers probably work just fine, but I just don't want to do them.
Proven fact, it worked just fine.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
But,
But
yeah,
you're an old school glue your broadhead on or glue
Yeah.
your fletchings on kind of guy.
and it worked, and it was awesome.
It worked awesome. What was the broadhead you were using?
Schwacker, 2 3/4 inch, Levi Morgan,
The 150s,
100s.
100s.
The 100s.
You used the Levi Morgan ones.
Yeah,
Gay.
they work so good. They work so
Oh
good.
yeah, death.
Went through 30 inches of deer, cut his liver in half,
Liver in half.
both his lungs,
Both his
and
lungs.
sliced the heart.
Somehow both lungs. Don't know how, but somehow.
Turned them into
One on the
jelly.
way in, one on the way out.
Yeah, pulled the heart.
And then sliced the heart. Like didn't go through the heart, but sliced a huge gouge in the heart.
Yeah, popped
And then-
the diaphragm.
And then went right through his sternum and out the front of him.
Insane. Like
300,
complete
390 grain arrow,
Complete.
70-pound bow.
70-pound bow.
Didn't you? I thought you lowered it to 60.
I bumped it up to 70.
Okay.
Bumped it up to 70 this year. Brand new gas string, and that bow is shooting so fast.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, 70 pounds.
It was complete.
Under 400 grams.
It was complete
Yeah.
carnage inside. This deer stank. Like I smell like him because
My garage still stinks because I took my pants off when I got home. Threw them in the corner. I haven't
I'm wearing
ventured
the
over to
same
get them
pants.
yet, and they're disgusting.
my jacket is disgusting in the garage. I'm wearing the same pants right now that I was wearing. I dug them out of the bottom of the hamper
to wear them again
to wear
for
'em
another
to do
drag.
this, to drag the neighbor guy's deer because these pants are already covered in blood and stink like tarsal.
Should
Your
I hang
deer
those pants
smelled-
up tonight
Yeah,
in the woods?
your deer smelled so bad, so
He
bad.
still
he
stinks
was
hanging over there.
so big
Yeah.
body. I mean, I can't get over how big his body was.
And then we drug him 609 yards.
Well, we sat there and drank some beers.
Yeah.
I FaceTimed Kasich and said, get your ass over here. They got over there real quick and showed up, did a party in the woods. Everyone took their pictures, looking at the deer, all the him hawing. We did the interviews with the camera, took, all that stuff.
Can you splice the picture of Luke in?
The picture that Dylan took is the worst picture ever.
Yeah, he's gonna put it in
I
there.
can try if I remember. And then, so our new thing here is weighing our deer. We want to see what they weigh. And because the standing corn was up, we couldn't get the side-by-side back there.
Yeah.
So we decided to take turns dragging a 262-pound whitetail 609 yards.
1/8 of a ton.
Yeah, 1/8 of a ton, 609 yards. Just an old school grab him by the antlers drag.
Yeah.
It was wild. I am still like it literally I'm not in pain, but like when you drag a deer like that, you're using all the muscles, arm, upper body and lower body. Like I was just like stiff and sore in spots that I hadn't been in a while. I know everyone was feeling it. Kasich had his bad shoulder. Freeman's knees popped out right now because he tried to wrestle an MMA fighter and lost. And we were everyone was just dragging the deer like 20 yards, stop and take a sip of beer. Everyone switch up what they have in their hands, drag for 20 more yards for 609 yards.
Yeah, it was a process, but it worked out.
Yeah. Broke Isaac side by side. It looks like there's air in the tire's holding air right now.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's good.
But Isaac side by side was severely weighed down, road driving with the deer of that size in it. And we're going to buy him some new tires and rims this week, I think. It needs it anyways.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's hauled out a lot of deer, but yeah, what a beautiful thing. Brought him back here, weighed him. Uncle Jay was back here. Andy Walters showed up back
Yep.
here. Kaya was here, the dog. She's been around for a lot of the.
Well, shout out to Andy. He shot a good buck.
Oh, that's right. That's
He did.
I asked you specifically if any of our people had any bucks
Yeah.
that I needed to shout in the beginning. You said
He
no.
shot a real good buck.
But Andy
And
shot a
his
good
dad shot a buck too.
Was that in Virginia?
I think it was Ohio.
buck. I haven't seen a picture of his dad's. Well, the
It was on
Walters.
Cody's Snapchat the other
So the Walters killed deer.
Yeah, which is
Was
like
it Nick's buck?
that.
No,
No, it was
No.
not.
it was
They
Small-
always
smaller
kill.
than my
They are
buck,
very good at
probably.
killing deer.
my deer size.
The Walter family, 2 bucks down. Shout out to them.
One to go.
Yeah, one to go. Well, their wives hunting stuff too, right? Got a
Yeah, they
bunch-
do.
They got a bunch
Yeah.
of deer to kill. But yeah, I mean, party was pretty good. We didn't get back here till late. There's some guys. I felt a little bit bad. You always feel a little bit bad. There were some guys that have asked, not really asked, but they've done the hint of like, hey man, next time you guys kill a buck, like I'd love to just be there,
Drink some beers.
drink some beers and shop with you guys. Like, and we got back here so late with this one that I just didn't send out very many messages. So there's some guys that maybe didn't get included in on this that probably wanted to be.
Yeah,
It happened.
it's hard.
It was after 11 o'clock on a weekday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 11 o'clock on a weekday is difficult.
Hopefully the next. You always pray you get those Friday, Saturday night deer, but we do better job killing deer when it's
Like that deer on the TV was a Saturday night deer.
No, it's not.
That was a good night.
Was it? There was football on that night. I remember that.
There's always football. And it's beautiful how there's always football on now. Thursday, especially towards the holiday season, you get Friday games.
I guess it was it was a playoff game.
Yeah.
It was late. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful thing.
So now it's saddle, mobile only, trying to kill some does, make the farmer happy. If you're
Yeah.
listening to this,
We're definitely
some
gonna
does.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna kill some does this year. I'm pretty full on meat right now in my freezer, but I think we've talked about it a little bit. I think I might donate some. Obviously, we want to make smokies and jerky and do some of that stuff.
Yeah, which I'm
Mom
getting
and
ready to
Dad
do
could
now.
probably use a deer in their freezer.
I think we should. I want to do the flannel hunt still, and I want to donate some deer.
I'm okay with doing.
I think
the
we should
flannel
do
hunt.
that. Did anyone comment on that last time?
No one has commented about you wearing flannel in the woods.
No, about doing the flannel hunt,
No
making
one's,
a big thing.
nope, no one's commented.
Flannel hunts, donate deer,
We still have to
donate money
we can
to
definitely
charity.
do it.
We should do it.
We can definitely do it. Yeah, we're gonna do and then we can make a T-shirt and you can sell it.
Yeah, we can do that.
That's another thing, guys. People have been asking us a little bit about merchandise and stuff. We're not in this to make money. We do this because we just love to do it. We love to talk.
This is what we do
Lots-
anyways.
Yeah, we're going to do this regardless. But we do have a website, and we do sell merchandise, and it does help a little bit if you guys buy stuff. So everyone always kind of asks, like, they're probably searching for the Deer Shot podcast. They're probably searching for Siman Brothers Outdoors. Our website with our merchandise on it.
Is leakyfishing.com.
Is that what it is now?
Yeah.
Leaky Fishing.
So all the old ones will pop up. Like if
Okay.
you search Siman Brothers Outdoors hoodie, it'll pop up.
Okay. But your domain
some-
name is now leakyfishing.com.
Yeah, it's leakyfishing.com. But it's got all the old ones in there still. It's kind of really hard to explain how it works, but
Yeah. But so as everyone knows, Luke is the owner of the Leaky John Boat Company. He kind of builds up old John boats and makes fishing videos, and that kind of thing is his other side project.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it a ton on the podcast, even though it's part of it. Just fishing doesn't have our fishing podcasts just don't get the traction that our deer hunting ones do. So.
no, absolutely not.
But for the longest time, it was leakyjohnboatco.com,
Yeah.
which is kind of hard to doesn't roll off the tongue and doesn't like.
Yeah.
So Luke changed it to Leaky Fishing.
Yep.
LeakyFishing.com. You can buy Deer Shot podcast stuff, Leaky Fishing stuff, Siman Brothers Outdoor stuff, all of our merchandise, hoodies, shirts, hats, stickers.
There's stickers on there now.
We're gonna
Stickers are so expensive though.
Yeah.
I have them marked down to like
But I love having
we
them.
don't make any money on the stickers at all.
Do we make any money at all?
I mean, like on a hoodie, I think I make $5.
$5. So if you want to help, if you want to give Luke $5, buy a hoodie. But we do have merchandise on there, and one of our off-season plans is going to be to kind of expand our line and make some unique to us, because everything's on the market, right? Everything that's on the market's already there. You go to Catching Deers or some of these.
It's so I love that stuff.
Yeah, you can find
I'm still a fan of that
anything that you want. You can find on the internet. So the only way to really stand apart and be different and do what we want to do is for us to make our own designs that are just personal to us. They're going to be kind of inside jokes to us. The flannel hunt, the Tyler trout fishing shirt, the deer in the back of the gator that we've always kind of hawked on, like Luke's specific things that he's come up with, the deer camp logo that we sold, obviously. That kind of thing is what is going to be on our website. It's not going to be something that the mass public is probably going to love, but it'll be
Right.
unique to us and our brand and our lifestyle,
Football.
football. So what's next? You going to do any turkey hunting? Haven't you kind of talked about doing some turkey
Yeah,
hunting?
I bought a turkey tag the other day. When I walked in there, I got up in my saddle and purchased one. But I don't know.
That goddamn bird that I was hunting
I
last
need-
year all spring, that gobbler,
He's
is
over-
probably in there somewhere. So
He's
if
over
you
there.
watch-
He's such a big turkey. He's such a big gobbler.
If you watched the Turkey Camp Chronicles last year, the last episode, which aired in June probably, and not a lot of people did watch, but the episode where I have like 11 encounters with the gobbler were all at Luke's farm over there, and I ended up passing.
I kind of want a
couple
wild
times.
Thanksgiving turkey, though. I think that'd be cool.
It would
to
be
eat
cool.
a turkey that I shot.
It would be cool. Can only shoot a gobbler, though.
Yeah, I don't want to shoot a hen.
Hens are legal in the fall, and plenty of people shoot them. That's fine, but we're trying to build our population back up. So it's
I think
kinda
our
counterproductive to shoot.
I think
hens.
we're very fortunate here, and our population has skyrocketed
it's better,
lately.
but we're still the gobblers aren't where we want them.
There's always going to be more hunters than gobblers.
There is always going to be more hunters and gobblers, but we used to have a lot more. We used to have 2 or 3 gobblers per area,
Yeah.
not property, but area. There's certain areas in between roads or whatever. We always used to have 2 or 3 gobblers, and now we're down to 1 per area usually. And if someone kills them, nothing even moves in.
Yeah.
So we're trying to build that turkey population up, but yeah, mechanical broadheads.
Mechanical
Put them in the pump house.
Oh, yeah.
Luke hunting his thicket. These are some tales as old as time now. 3 straight bucks you've killed out of that property in that
Yep.
same thicket
Yep.
with your bow
With bow. Yep.
on film.
On film.
It's a beautiful thing.
It was very nice to be done this early, too.
It was a beautiful, cool, smell good, damp, wet, but like not too wet October night in the woods.
It's like exactly what you want as a
yeah.
Ohio deer hunter.
Yeah, we like
That
when
goes
I
perfect.
when I killed my 2 bucks this year, both tracks and stuff were just not the same as that. My Kentucky buck was dead in the field and it was summertime basically. My Ohio
Yeah.
buck, it was 85 degrees and
Wearing shorts and stuff.
yeah, it just wasn't the same as let's pack the cooler up, get our gear on, go out into the cold, damp October
Yeah.
woods and just grab deer. We enjoy that so much, and
I mean, it's why we live.
it's why we live.
That's why we're here.
Literally is why we're here.
My deer is still awaiting me.
Yeah, I was
hunting
gonna
tonight?
pivot to you.
Yeah, I'm hunting tonight.
It's your turn. It's your turn to talk a little bit. I was gonna pivot.
Yeah, so I'm chasing this deer. And you get pictures of him most evenings, most nights, not evenings, most middle of the night.
Yeah, we're down to I don't know. I kind of feel like he's been every like 2 or 3 nights now.
But the last 2 nights has been back to back.
Yeah.
And I said, screw it. And I went and asked the neighbor. So it's a permission piece. So I went and asked the neighbor
We've talked about it. You only have 14 acres of woods.
to pretty much hunt this one deer. And he's like, yeah, go ahead. You know, you have to fight off these certain people. And I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. I got 200 acres, 80 acres of woods to hunt this deer on.
Yeah, you just did the impossible.
Yeah.
You just went and door knocked and gained 200 acres of permission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that never happens.
Ever.
There's guys that have been,
Ethan's
let's talk
driving around
about Born Again Matt again. He said he would knock on 50 doors and get one yes.
Ethan's been
10.
driving around knocking on doors.
Yeah.
It's been working out.
But you've been able to get permission. You've been doing pretty good with it.
Yeah. So I got this 200 new acres. I even texted Born Again Matt, and he's like, you coming to Indiana? I'm like, I can't leave right now. This just happened like today. I'm getting ready to go hunt it for the first time.
He might have known about it before I did, because once again, I was not checking my phone because I have a child and I have to pay attention to my child at home.
Yeah.
And I got a text from Matt like, now that Ethan's got this 200 acres, he's got no excuses. And I'm like, what in the fuck are you talking about? And then I get on my phone, I'm looking in the group chat, and you're like, mother of God, they said yes. Like,
This is
keys,
so
keys to the kingdom, keys to the
I can't wait for
kingdom.
Ethan to finish this story today.
And I'm just,
It'd be awesome.
bear with me, guys. I know Caleb's overbearing. I'm caffeinated. It's a good story, but I'm looking at the group chat, and Ethan's like, just knock down 200 acres. Like, I'm like, holy shit, things are happening.
And the neighbor who said, he's like, yeah, I know what deer you're talking about. I see him all the time. He's living right here. And I was like, oh, which makes sense because his rack
Think Seek One.
his rack is bleach white.
It's bleach white.
So
we've been talking. I think we've talked about on that podcast. This rack
Where
is bleach white.
The guy said he was bedding makes complete sense because it's in the sun.
These old farmers know.
Yeah. He said he almost hit him with a combine last year.
Yeah, I believe it.
So I walk in, like I said, 80 acres of woods. I get my saddle set up. I'm not seeing shit. Like nothing. I saw one doe as I'm getting down out of the stand.
Yeah, that's the side effects of hunting properties.
Not knowing where to go. Didn't go in beforehand and scout. I just went wood line
Yeah, permission that day.
in a thicket, hung my saddle. And I'm walking out. I'm feeling kind of bummed. And I get back and start making dinner. And Caleb's like, whatever you do, Ethan, don't check
Yeah, don't check
your cameras.
Don't check the cell
What do you
cams right now.
mean? And it's across the road, so I'm 900 yards away at this point, and my buck was daylighting all evening in this 14
Well,
acre.
we're assuming
Yeah.
he was daylighting. We did not technically get daylight pictures of him, but we got pictures of him at 7:19 coming out of the thick,
Yeah,
like heading to the open
like
field.
60 yards from
So
my
what are you
stand.
gonna do tonight?
I'm gonna go hunt the same spot I hunted this morning.
It's just so funny. You get permission to hunt the piece that you think is the missing part of the puzzle.
Yeah.
You go in on this new property, 200. You're like, oh my god, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. It's got 200 acres of hunt. I got this whole battlefield. Like I am going this playground of deer hunting. I'm gonna go find out where this. I'm gonna go find a stinking scrape right now, and he's gonna come out at last light. Because this is why I'm not seeing him where I'm hunting him.
And then
And
he's
you
just
go
in
do
your
that.
other spot.
You go do that. You come home and your buck was right position A, first
In my
spot.
backyard,
Yeah. Oh my god. Like
60 yards from my stand at 6 minutes after legal light.
yeah. Oh my god. It's amazing. Awesome.
That's deer hunting though.
And the videos show him chasing deer, chasing
yeah,
does. So
he was going. It's weird. We had him on camera that morning too.
same spot,
Like a little bit, like probably 30 minutes before legal light coming out.
5:19 a.m.
Yeah, what's legal light? 6ish.
7:20.
Oh, no, it was 5:48 a.m.
Okay, 5:48.
Sorry, 5:48 a.m. So an hour.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit over an hour from legal shooting, like coming out into the field, and then right, like you said, 6 minutes after legal light, he came out on that same trail twice, like just running around.
I
Nose to the
almost
ground,
moved the
chasing.
camera closer to that trail today, but I did not.
Did you go over there today?
I hunted
you were
this
hunting
morning.
Did you? Yeah. Okay.
Didn't see anything. Saw a raccoon.
Yeah, the deer density there is just not there.
There's like 3 does and this buck.
And a couple
then-
sixers.
Yeah, that moved through.
Yeah. It's wild. I actually sat last night with Nick at his new food plot for the very first time. We learned a lot. For one, if there's not a stiff wind, like
Don't hunt it.
if the wind is not stiff, your scent just filters down and fills up that bottom, which is a problem. We got winded by a lot of deer. We saw probably 20 does, 2 bucks, 2 3-year-old bucks. One, I had this buck. It read the script. Like if it would have been the buck that Nick's hunting or a buck that Nick would shoot, it was He
Beautiful.
walked 33 yards through the middle of the food plot, went and took a drink, turned around, walked 33 yards back past him, like perfect lighting, broadside, everything. Probably about 120-inch 8-point 3-year-old. Then we watched the buck way out in the field. So the deer were moving, but as soon as the thermal, as soon as the sun kind of went down, like every deer that went down in that plot was like blowing at us and looking around. They never saw us, but they knew. It just, the scent was dropping into that food plot. We were supposed to have a west wind switching to northwest, gusts up to 13 miles an hour, and that's just, it was mostly west, and there was no gusting, so it screwed us.
That might be a problem for tonight as well. It's supposed to be not windy.
Yeah, but you don't have a choice.
No.
So the next time we hunt that, they're calling for Sunday. They're calling for northeast wind, so like things are going to change a little bit, which is good. And hopefully a little bit stiffer, and we'll be able to.
You said you're hunting tomorrow, Sunday?
Yeah, potentially. I'm not sure exactly the plan yet, but we're gonna go back in. We wait all year for the third week of October and things to start heating up and action, and here we are now. We're here.
See, I left my camera.
Me and Luke are tagged out,
Yeah,
but it's still fun. We're still gonna be scouting. We're still gonna be helping the boys out. We're gonna be going to the buck parties.
Might go out of state.
Yeah,
You're going out of state next week.
I'm going out of state next week. West Virginia, deer camp.
Hopefully I can join.
Bow hunting. It's going to be, I am beyond excited for it. Beyond excited for it.
You bear hunting?
Yeah, I'm going to buy my tag for bear. I'll have my bear tag, my buck tag. I want to, obviously, the goal is to try and kill another nice mature buck with my bow, go 3 for 3, and be very satisfied for that drought I was on can be smashed into the dirt and done.
Yeah.
But all the good stuff's happening, guys. Check out Luke's episode, please. It'll be up there. We appreciate you guys watching it. There's no reason why it shouldn't do very well. It's a pretty good episode.
It is our favorite day of the year, too, 10/25.
Today's 10/25. I'm going trick-or-treating.
Don't mind.
I'll meet you after.
I'm also going trick-or-treating.
I'll meet you after dark.
Yeah, hopefully I'm sitting here with some
Sitting
good video.
right there drinking beer when we get back.
With some football on.
That's the plan.
Yep.
I think that's everything we got, guys. I'm going to go move some trail cams. Steer Shot Podcast.
Episode 116.
116.
We are out.
We're out.